As a piano technician for the University of Nebraska at Kearney's Department of Music and Performing Arts, it's Mick Johnson's job to keep up with the 55 pianos on campus.
It started out as a curiosity. Very dear friend of mine, Wes Hurd, he had to go in for some surgery about, 16 years ago or so. And I had just heard through the grapevine that he was looking to train somebody to help him out during his down period. So I went on a couple of calls with him and was just really interested in what was going on and fell in love with it, and it just kind of took over my life from that point. At the beginning of each semester I have to go through and get everything caught up because it changes so much, with the fluctuations in humidity from season to season. Classroom pianos I try to get into and tune every couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Studios every month or two, and the performance pianos I've done as many as 5 times a week, depending on how heavily they're used and what's going on with the weather. So yeah, there's a lot of chasing of your tail involved in keeping the pianos tuned. Getting it in tune is one part, but getting it to stay in tune is quite another. You have to learn how to set the pin, set the strings, and you have to actually play it harder than you think the performer is going to play it, so they don't knock it out of tune once you get there. Tuning is primarily based on math, and the computers do such a good job of getting you very close. And a lot of electronic tunings, just for daily stuff and practice room use, it'll be right on the money. But the piano will dictate to you how it needs to be tuned. There's different intervals that you play and test against one another, and by listening to that you can tell exactly where you need to put that note. Plus the final, the refinement has to be totally done by ear, and that's what makes the difference between is kind of a standard tuning and a really good concert type tuning is that human element that turns it from just math into art. Each piano is kind of like a puzzle that you have to put together. They all present their own challenges, and you get that immediate satisfaction upon getting done. It's not something you have to wait for as far as the results. You have the payoff the minute you're done and you sit down and play it, or have the customer or the performer sit down and play it. So that's one of the nice things about it. Yeah, you don't have to let the paint dry. Don't have to check back in 3 hours and see how it's doing. You hope it's doing good in 3 hours.